Josh Frydenberg was interviewed on the 7:30 report this evening, ABC 7:30. Among other questions, the final planned question that was asked by the host, Sarah Ferguson, is disgraceful. It is an utter disgrace that she asked the question. She immediately started to backpedal after she got this answer. I'll save you the backpedal. Can you believe that this was the question asked of Josh Frydenberg as a prominent Australian, forget Jewish Australian, prominent Australian, showing and sharing the rage that millions of us do? Can you believe this is what he was asked today?
It's widely viewed as inevitable that you will return to politics. How do we not see this through a political lens? I mean, the case that you're making, a personal case against the Prime Minister.
I'm deeply offended by what you just said. I'm deeply offended.
Explain that.
And you know what? Mm-hmm. There was a man called Murray Watt who sits on the Labor front bench who tried to say that about a year ago. And then Labor ministers like Mike Kelly and others, who came out and said exactly what I'm about to say, that is an insult. That is an insult to say that there's any political motivation in this.
It's a question.
No, Sarah, the reality is this. I'm an Australian who has to have personal security because my life is endangered in this country. And I was the treasurer of this country. My children go to a school where there are armed guards outside. When I visit a Jewish aged care centre, there are armed guards outside. When I send my kids to Jewish sporting clubs, there are police cars out there and police tape. How should we live with this? Why should we live with this? So if I'm not going to speak out, who is? If not now, when? If not me, who? The reality is this was an attack on Jewish Australians, but this is a threat to every Australian.
To be clear, my question was about the framing of what you are saying. I'm not making assertions. I'm not copying what anybody else is saying.
And Sarah, and you asked me the question and I gave you my answer.
I mean, it's extraordinary. At this moment in time where, OK, you want to solicit an opinion, you want to dig a little bit more deeper, a very significant part of the interview was about ascribing of the personal blame to the Prime Minister. But to end like that was the plan. To end like that is absolutely despicable. Now, the media talking about itself, again, a distraction. The main game remains dealing with radical Islam in this country and how. We'll get to that conversation. I wanted to bring in my colleague, Shari Markson, as planned, but we didn't expect that this would be the topic that we'd be discussing, which is the questioning of Josh Frydenberg in such a fashion. Shari, what an offence to a man who obviously, you know his passion for it. We know it here at Sky News with his documentary. We've seen his tears and that speech that took place today. But can you believe that was the way that conversation was planned and did end on 7:30 tonight?
Paul, I was here with Josh today when he arrived. I stood with him as he paid his respects, as he crouched down with the flowers, and he did more than shed tears. He was so deeply moved, Paul. And then I watched him deliver that speech. The emotion was palpable being here for Josh Frydenberg. And no, you couldn't possibly ask that question of any Jewish Australian. I mean, we are broken this week. Of course, we're resilient and we are strong and there's always hope. But this has, to a large extent, broken us all.